Hi guys and welcome to the channel. Today we are with Simpsons at Rob's farm.
Yes.
Rob, tell us who you are and what you do at Simpsons.
Okay, so I'm Rob Austin. I'm the Southern Supply Chain Manager for Simpsons. So what that actually means is I buy the raw materials for Simpsons Tivital operation.
Okay.
A bit of a unique situation that we've got our own farm as well at home. And we grow barley for Simpsons Malt.
All right, great. And with Simpsons, one of the kind of unique aspects of Simpsons is the relationships with farms, with the farming aspects. What is that all about? Can you explain to us a little bit more?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to grow contracted barley directly with the grower.
Okay.
So we have some kind of understanding, how the crop is grown, and to have first-hand knowledge of how we can maybe influence that in terms of quality and selecting farmers we want to deal with. We're probably in East Anglia, probably in one of the best malting barley growing areas in the UK.
Okay.
And to work directly with the growers gives us a huge advantage.
Okay. So the relationship you guys have with farmers, what does that mean to the end user? I know it's adding possibly a little bit to cost, but is it adding to value?
It's interesting. So one of our big points is that we're trying to get a high quality barley grown. And by trading directly with the grower, we can select the growers that are going to farm for us and contract with us. And when the barley turns up, we'll have an understanding of what's going to turn up on site, which is an advantage that no other maltster has got. So we know we've got quality barley coming to our plant on day one.
Okay.
We've got some understanding how it's being grown, which is a huge advantage, and that can be commercial advantage to us as well. So we can afford to pay the grower more because we're moving the barley in less times, and we know the quality of the barley we're going to get.
Okay, and that quality of the barley, like you said, you are dealing with the farmers directly. You are able to track and trace.
Correct.
And all the way through,
Yes, so we've got traceable from when it's planted to when it's harvested.
Yeah, and you guys deal all the way from giving farmers seeds. How does that work? Or is it just like, this is the crop that we need? How does that work?
No, we'd get involved with selling seed.
Okay.
All the way through to buying the product.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know you guys have got some very unique products, like the Golden Promise, very popular product.
Yes.
Does that, obviously you guys are, tracking and tracing and know exactly this is the seed that we need for our Golden Promise?
Spot on.
Yeah.
By having first-hand control, we know where it's going to be planted. We know which grower is going to grow it. We can track how the season's going. Weather is an issue, so we can then work out at what point we might have a problem, or we can have first-hand knowledge of what's going on, and we haven't got to go through a third party.
Yeah, and that again, it's the traceability, the knowing what you're going to get in the stores and stuff like that. Earlier on, you were saying about UK malt. What makes UK malt that special?
Okay, so we're in East Anglia here, in Norfolk, Suffolk, Cambridgeshire. This is one of the best growing areas in the UK.
Okay.
We've got a perfect climate. We've got a good soil. A variety of crops. So we're looking at a good rotation.
Okay.
And that ability to have that rotation, good climatic conditions, enables us to grow some very good high quality barley.
Yeah, and you again with that control with the farmers and stuff like that, it's coming from that field.
Correct, absolutely.
And you're not getting any sort of surprises.
No,
that sort
absolutely,
of thing.
Surprises are not good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Rob, that relationship that you guys have with farmers, that makes Simpsons rather unique. What does that mean in terms of the malted products at the end?
Okay, so Simpsons have a unique position in the fact that most maltsters will be dealing with a third party, i.e. a grain merchant.
Okay.
So they'll be buying grain from a grain merchant, which will be collect from a variety of farms.
Okay.
So you're not entirely sure what's going to turn up on the weighbridge on any given day. Simpsons are different.
Okay.
Simpsons, with having that direct relationship with a grower, we miss the merchant out.
Okay.
So therefore, we know what's going to turn up on our weighbridge.
Yeah.
We have a point of difference, and we know the quality and can have some idea of what's going to get there before it arrives.
Okay.
So that gives us advantages in terms of quality and commercial business as well, because we can afford to pay the farmer something extra because we know we're going to get something good at the end of the day.
And everybody's winning, I suppose.
Everybody's winning. That's the point.
Yeah, and that kind of unique approach in dealing with farms, you knowing exactly what you're getting in. You know exactly what's going to be your end product. So that approach, it's great for Simpsons. What does that actually mean for the farmers now?
Well, it's an interesting situation, particularly we're dealing with a raw product. So we're dealing with barley, which is grown in the field. You're never quite sure what the weather's going to do. And so we'll get first-hand knowledge of what the crop's going to be like on any given year.
Okay.
So that means two things. We can communicate with the brewer, or we can communicate with the farmer, and we can get an understanding of what we can deal with and what we can't deal with, which is a huge advantage to a grower who knows they're dealing first-hand with a maltster who can understand what we can and can't deal with on any given season.
And I suppose that also means that the farmers are, I want to say, guaranteed, sales of their crops with working directly with you guys. And at the end of the day, you guys are guaranteed getting good quality malts.
Well, it's interesting. So we're looking long term. We're looking for long-term relationships.
Yes.
So we're more worried about next year than this year. So therefore, we need it to work for all parties.
Yeah.
So yes, in theory, we're looking, yes, very much so. We're looking for long-term relationships.
So Rob, thank you very much for getting us into your farm, telling us more about the relationships with farmers and Simpsons. So guys, if you're looking for fantastic malt with a very unique relationship with farmers and maltsters and brewers, grab yourself some Simpsons malt. And as always guys, happy brewing.